So now it's time for a rubric called Breaking Stereotypes about Roma. I asked ChatGPT to give me 10 stereotypes about Romani people. So now we continue. This is now the sixth stereotype, but I will represent you and then we can talk about it. So, um, Sinti and Roma are uneducated. So there is the that Sinti and Roma uh, are not educated well. They don't go to schools and um, yeah, so uneducated. Yeah.
Mm.
So this is also always what I'm hearing when I go somewhere that they're saying like these Roma kids, they don't go to school and the country in the Roma parents need to do something that they go to school.
But they didn't know why some kids have trouble in school. So they don't know that the kids at school have some discrimination on it. So when you go to school and you can't say you're Roma because of some people will say, "Oh, you are dirty" or something else, and they put their stereotypes away. So in your face and around you, everybody hears that. So not only the child at school, also the adults. So when you have teacher and they can be also like that. So they say some stereotype about Roma and they tell us in front of you. So, oh, you're Roma, you are this, 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 this. I mean, I know some people who didn't say that at school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how was it for you? I had no problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had no problems because I was in a private school and they was really nice and really open. I was lucky, but I know from other people they didn't say that because they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have this trouble.
So for me, the case was that I didn't say it in the school that I'm Roma,
Mhm.
but not because I was hiding my I mean, kinda, I was hiding my identity, but not because I was ashamed. It was because a trauma from the war. So when we
Mm.
came from the war, when we escaped from Kosovo to Germany, we was like suspicious to everybody who was speaking Albanian. So when we had Albanian neighbors in Germany, we wasn't taking care. So we was very yeah, scared to speak outside the Romani language. So I was just allowed when I in the early of 2000s, when I was younger, my parents told me when you go outside, don't speak the Romani language. In in some cases, if you some Albanians see you and because of the war situation, that they not do something to you. So I was told just to speak the Romani language at home when I was uh, younger, when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. And also for me was that if I would say that I'm Roma, people wouldn't believe me because everybody was thinking that I'm Turkish. But later from 8th to ninth grade, I told some friends that I'm Roma, but I think I don't because I don't know about this if I should have problem in the school or not as a Roma. I was like in Germany in different schools. So before I was where I live now, I was in Western Germany, and there the school knew that I'm Roma because it was a special school for Roma children and Ashkali from the war, and they knew that I'm Roma, but it was like a extra school because they separated the Germans with the refugees. But I was there just 1 2 days because then when the teacher on this uh, s- class for refugees saw that I don't know that I and another girl uh, was they saw that we have maybe more potential and then they took us and brought us to the German class. But in this school it was like the first grade. I was just a few months and then we moved to the area where I live now in southwest of Germany.
I think every child have the potential to get a diploma or everything. You need to support it, even when you're the parents or the teacher or, I don't know, the state, no matter which ethnicity, from which country, whatever. Child is child, and I think for me, I don't care which nationality is it, and I think that's a big problem in our society. We separate communities, we separate from refugees, we separate them from other nationalities.
That was how they decided, you know. So
Mm.
it's not my words, of course. It's their words
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't know what they did. They did some math test, I think, and then from this they choose two of us to bring us to the German school because I was in Kosovo in preschool. It was a
Mm.
mix of school and kindergarten.
Mm.
And in Kosovo before the war, there was also like this that you had to do, depended on where you was living. You had schools where you know, the school was in Albanian language, but you had also schools where the school was in Serbian language. And
Mm.
also every area had their school. So like the Roman neighborhood where I came from had their school, but it wasn't that much strong school because in Kosovo, former Yugoslavia, in that time, every school it was like a little bit communistic. It was every school was different, and I was, and also my family, my uncles, my aunts, my father, because of my grandfather, because my grandfather was also there. He was in another school where just was Serbians, and this school, I don't want to say that it's a elite school because then I would sound a little bit arrogant, but in this school there was children of politicians, of
Mm.
police people, of journalists, of like high positional people, high level position, like
Higher
the,
class,
yeah,
like
higher
that.
class in that time from Kosovo, like the Serbians from the former Yugoslavia who lived in Kosovo, their parents was in higher class, and so the children was also there in school. So um, yeah, and because of my grandfather as a Roma was also in this school,
Mm.
and because of my grandfather, so my whole family, like all my aunts, all my uncles, my dad, my brother, and I was also in the school. And in this school, you start like in preschool. It's a mix of kindergarten and school, but also you make like. So what I did in Kosovo in preschool, I did in Germany in second or third grade.
Mm.
So, uh, so what I was doing, like a mix of German second and third grade, I was doing in Kosovo in preschool. So, and there you go, like the primary school is like until 8th grade. So, and yeah, so I wanted to say, I explained this because I want to say they there everybody knew that we are Roma.
Mm.
My grandfather, my family, and also my brother and I, and nobody had a problem. So about this, I can speak about it, but in Germany, I don't know because uh, I wasn't because of the war allowed to talk about it.
I have no experience in that. I mean, thanks God, because I know some people who has really big trouble in school because the teacher had the problem only because they are Roma and they have some stereotypes in their brain. But I think we need to look what we can do better and to save the children at school.
Mm.
And also, what is really important, to make workshops with teacher and to change, finally, to change at school about Roma history, to talk in history class about the genocide against Roma
Mm.
and Sinti. And when you have that, we talk about in previous episodes, change that in the history class, and everybody will know about Roma, and the stereotypes are not so,
Mm.
hopefully not so big anymore. So yeah, You have stereotypes, but you know the history. Why this and this and this. And then you think about your stereotypes when you have this class and when you talk about Roma history.
And I think also it's important to mention, because in the beginning we didn't say that I know a lot of Roma people in Germany, but also in other European countries, who are students who go to university, who was who are educated very well. In Germany we have the student NGO, and also in other countries we have Roma student NGOs. Even it's possible you have the CEU Romani status, so uh, you can even like a special study program for Roma, um, and even more. So we have a lot of Romani people in Europe. I don't know about other continents, but just to talk about Europe, who are educated very well, who have bachelor or master, and even
Higher
higher
positions, yeah.
position, doctor, professors. We have also a professor, Hristo Kuchukov. You remember him? He was also
Yeah.
in some events with Amaro Drom, and also he was in Dikina Vista last year, I think. Yeah. This was Breaking Stereotypes about Roma.